Today I'm going to be running my new clan boss comp here. This is basically it. It runs on all affinities, or at least it should. It's a pretty basic comp. You know, you can get these characters pretty easy. Tatura can always be replaced. All you need is somebody who does a block debuff, 2-turn block debuff. It can either be on a 3-turn cooldown or a 6-turn cooldown, and I definitely know for sure that really the only epic champion that works for this, that I know for sure, but there could be others, is Skathix, and that is who I used to use. Skathix. So this guy here, he works great. I believe he is at the right speed right now. Yeah, 181. Although I did bump it up a little bit, that might be a little bit too high since I upgraded the Demon Lord area bonus. I might have to bring that down to like a 183 or something. I'm not sure. I'd have to run the calculator, but that might be a little bit too high. Let me see what Tatura is at, because I know Tatura works. He's at a 174. 174. Wait, what was Skathix? Oh yeah, Skathix is too high. It's at a 181. I must have did something. But he doesn't work anymore anyway because I went ahead and booked him. And you can't have any books in this A3 right here if you want to use him for your clan boss run. You really want to get the A1 and A2 booked for the extra damage, but you cannot have any books in the A3. So if you want to use him, you either got to try to get lucky and just get books in the A1 or A2, because if it lands in the A3, you're screwed. So, but I don't use him anymore. I use Tatura because he's on a 3-turn cooldown. See, now he's at a 4-turn cooldown, which will not work. You need him at a 6-turn. So you need these 2 books right here would put him at a 6-turn, which will work. Or you need a 6-turn, or a 6 or a 3-turn. So Tatura is actually at a 3-turn cooldown. He's at a 3-turn cooldown, block debuff for 2 turns. So he will work. Duchess. No, Duchess will not work. She's either at a 4 or a 5-turn, so she won't work at all. Let me see if I have anybody else that would work. Where's block debuff? Which one is it? I forget. There. Do I have anybody else that would work? I don't think this guy works. No. Brogni? Brogni might work. He's going a little bit too fast, definitely, to work, but he does a 3-turn, so yes, he would work He doesn't have any turn meter stuff going on. Nope. So yeah, Brogni would actually be awesome for this. He does increased attack, block debuff, and he does a reflect on the shield. So he would really, and he does a burn. So yeah, he would definitely be the best. I really would hate to have him at a low speed like he has to be for this though. He has to be like a 170 or whatever Tatura is, a 173 or whatever. 174. Yeah, 174. So I'd have to bring Brogni down like 30 speed and to get him to work. But Tatura works. I got him running defensive boots, defense chest, crit damage gauntlets. That piece right there, I kind of don't like to waste that on him. Yeah, I don't know. I would rather put that on somebody else, really. Like a speed champ, like a turn meter manipulator, somebody like RB or Khatuns or Shuzen, somebody like that. But unfortunately, I have him in this right now. I might change that some other time to where I can maybe get some extra speed from one of these other pieces here. But for now, I needed the crit rate too. And I needed to get the speed where it needs to be. So it's kind of hard. I would like for one of these pieces to have an extra speed roll, because then I could use like a double speed roll from one of these. Which I might already have. That piece would work. Yeah, see if I can get some other crit rate from somewhere else. That's 17 speed. And I could boost it up to, what, 25 if I got a +8. So yeah, that would be really close to working. Yeah, that would definitely work. If I could just, obviously that would bring his crit rate would actually go up by 2 if I put that on him. Then his speed would go down 9. So then I'd have to find a piece like this that has like a double crit rate roll and a double speed roll, or one speed roll or something. Or something like this that rolled speed instead of res, which I might have, I don't know, somewhere. I might even be able to make them better right now. I'm really not too worried about it though. Let's just see if I have a helmet. I really don't. That one comes close, has double defense. Flat rate. Gives him a little bit more speed, but it's not much more, honestly. It gives him 3 more speed. And if I got 5 plus 5, would that be 13 instead of 10? So, I mean, I could make it work somehow, but I don't feel like messing with it. So this is just the way it is. This piece also, I could always find a double speed roll. This has double attack, which is horrible. but I have the accuracy plus accuracy, which he needs to land the his A1. His decrease AC. I kind of want to land that for other parts of the game, even though 230 really isn't enough AC to land that in most areas. So I could probably switch this. But I at least need speed. Could go with defense, which he definitely wouldn't land the decreased accuracy anywhere, but he might hit a little bit harder. If this rolled speed, he might even roll speed twice, and then I could really not have to worry about putting this piece on. So I don't know. There's a bunch of things I could do. Or I could find a piece that have a double accuracy roll, so have double resist, which I don't even know why I have that either. Probably because I don't even keep very many regular pieces anymore. I really am all about these pieces here. But I don't even have crit damage with no accuracy. So yeah, I could take that piece off. That would actually give him more accuracy. The same amount of crit damage once it's leveled up. And it's and more defense. How much silver do I don't have any silver, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that off Pixneal, and I'll probably go ahead and put that on Tatura once I get some more silver. Because that'll give him an extra chance to counterattack, which is huge for Clan Boss. Because that counterattack could proc another War Master. So that's huge if that procs another War Master hit. You know, that could be an extra 80,000 damage on that one hit. So that'll be something I'd do, but I'm really not too worried about it right now. Another piece I would really like maybe would be a Savage piece. To get that, or not Savage, a Slayer. Slayer. So yeah, this looks like it could be a good piece right here. It has an attack percentage with the mythical stat and a speed roll. So this would be really good on an attack champ. Let's just see what it would be. Okay, yeah, that's looking really good. Attack, a mythical attack roll with the speed roll. That's looking really good for an attack-based nuker. And it's given an extra 5 crit rate. So that's really would bring him closer to being maxed out. But unfortunately I do not have a defensive piece, which is a defensive champion. So I would want defense. So I do not have that. Ooh, this could be good. Even though it's a counter attack. I don't know. This one might be better. That means I could take 5 crit rate off of her and possibly get an extra speed roll. And one of the other pieces I have. 18% plus. Well, I wish I had more silver. I'd roll this piece right now. Because this is one of my best nukers in the game. Supreme Elaine. I mean, she's just ridiculous. I mean, and her stats don't play either. I got her in some some decent stats. Yeah. Almost 7k attack, 187 speed. See, her crit rate with that savage piece would be 108. That would be awesome. That means I would be able to take something like this and it would only need it wouldn't even need a crit rate roll. So I could do something else. Or I could take something like this and it would only need a 1 crit rate roll. Or this, or whatever, you know. It would bring up a lot more options. This, obviously, I want to get crit damage. I think I did it. No, I haven't yet. I haven't reworked it yet, but I still don't have enough. But I really don't want to change it, and then it ends up going to somewhere else, you know. Attack percent is awesome on her. I would really hate to use this, and then it goes to HP flat rate, or defense flat rate, or something stupid. Crit rate or crit damage would really be awesome, though. Either one. Like, I really don't care if it's crit rate or crit damage, because if it's crit rate, then I could just go ahead and take crit rate pieces off and replace them with either speed or crit damage. So, but yeah, she's probably. These are 5-star boots. That's another thing, is I wouldn't need that extra 10% crit rate, which would probably allow me to put a 6-star boot on her, because I didn't think I've had any speed boots that are 6-star. This one's a double res. This defense. This might go good on Tatura. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That one might go good on Tatura also. If I can get the speed needed. That has the accuracy too, so I might be able to land that decrease act on the A1. So these are some pretty newer pieces here. Yeah, like this piece, I could throw this on her. That has that extra crit damage. It doesn't have the attack, but it has 12 crit damage. Bring her down 10 crit rate, but if I put that savage piece on her, it would only bring 5 crit rate. So I think I'd have enough still. So what am I at now? So that'd bring it down to a 93 plus 5 would be 98. Close. I don't know. Also, I could roll this up and one of these could roll crit rate and then I'll be perfectly fine. I could do something like that instead of having a 5-star piece. Also, this piece doesn't look too bad for Tatura, but it's only a 5-star. This piece is really close to that, the same as that basically. It brings the crit rate up by 1, which is actually kind of nice. That means if I put this piece on, that would bring her to a 99 crit rate with the Slayer. This would bring her, yeah. I don't even know why I don't have this on her. This is a better piece all around. And it's ascending attack. Sell something real quick and throw that on her. Even though it's only a rare, it's still better. Even though I kind of want it to ascend speed, if anything, but still it's giving an extra 30 attack, so whatever. Sun Wukong has one of the best builds in the game. He's amazing. 5.7 attack, almost 230 speed, 260 crit damage, 100 crit rate, 340 act, and he's in a lethal set, which is probably the best set in the game for a damage dealer, or one of the best at least. So he's just, he has crit damage on top of crit damage, and act on top of attack percent, and speed on top of attack percent. I mean, he has attack percent boots, and he's still almost at 230 speed. So I mean, it's pretty decent there. And then crit damage on top of crit damage, more crit damage on top of crit damage. And this, I really wanted to get the accuracy there, but I couldn't. And I believe I've already used this Chaos Powder like multiple times to try to get the accuracy. This piece is going to be hard to change because it's already ascended crit damage. Although I would like to put a piece like this on with crit damage, which I don't have any, it looks like. Any 6 stars. No. Ooh. This could be a possibility too. Just to give him that extra crit rate, and then I could take something like that off. I'd only need 1 crit rate roll, and I can get an extra speed roll or something like that. Find a piece. Or something like that. It's only a 5-star piece. I could definitely take that one off. Find a 6-star. So there's still a little bit of upgrading I could do here, but let's go ahead and run this. Hi Khatun, I've shut off her A3. Tatura, I have the A3 shut off, but I turned it on when it's not on Spirit Affinity because it allows the veils to come up, and it keeps Tatura as the stun target. So when it's not Spirit Affinity, I'll usually turn this on to make sure Tatura stays as the stun target. Demytha, that's how she's set up. Anax, I really kind of want, really don't even, I'm going to set this as the first choice. I'm going to set this as the opener because I want to get that decreased defense up as fast as possible, and I want to get the weaken up as fast as possible. I wish she had a little bit higher percentage of placing this decreased defense. So 30, it's at 30 now, which I believe I have the sniper master. Let me just make sure. I believe I have sniper. No, I have defensive tree. Oh, because of the counterattack. But since we're doing Unkillable comp with block damage, kinda don't want that. Let me just let's see if I can reset this. And we will go the accuracy route. And we'll get sniper on them. Yeah, there's really nothing I needed on here. I mean, this is nice, retribution, but he's not going to lose any HP on this clan boss. We can't use any of this stuff because this could boost his turn meter out of whack. So we cannot use that. This Lore of Steel we got to be careful of too. We're not using anything that increases. Oh yeah, we are. We're using perception. So we might get a speed increase for that Lore of Steel. So we're going to use this, and then we're gonna go here and here, and then wait, do we need the crit rate on him? Yeah. Crit rate, crit damage. Definitely that. Really don't need that. So other places in the game now I would have to think of where which one I would want besides clan boss, and I think that's gonna be the gonna really hit hard, so he's gonna smack somebody down in one hit. So he's gonna gain 6 speed if he smacks somebody down. So I definitely want that. Definitely want that. Definitely want that. And that. That and I think this is going to be a better setup for him because we might gain an extra possibility to extend our decreased defense or weaken, or our poisons. And then we're also going to get the sniper, which is going to give us a 5% chance to land the decreased defense on the A1. So this will be a better setup for him for the clan boss. And I don't have him in the best gear. You know, I got 5-star. I got a bunch of 5-star stuff on him. You know, I built him a long time ago. I could definitely go in there right now with some of the new gear I just got and really give him some really good stuff. But I would need a lot of silver to replace it. But I got a bunch of new gear. I mean, obviously the Slayer is no good for him. Like, unless I do like a one piece that gives him an extra little bit of crit rate or something. But I don't have it right now. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. I got a bunch of this merciless stuff. Really don't like keeping the 5 stars unless it's a legendary 5-star. Like this stuff here, it's gone. I don't even know why I have it. Something like that I might keep. Like just because those stats, crit rate, crit damage, speed. That's exactly what you want on this set. So I'll keep that. This stuff is absolutely garbage. That could triple roll crit rate. That could triple roll crit rate. That could triple roll crit rate. So anything that has crit rate, I'll keep. Or crit damage and speed, I'll keep. this stuff is trash. Like that triple crit damage with a crit rate and double attack. That could be a good piece. Let's. I don't know about a piece like that. I mean, I wish the crit damage or the speed was the mythical stat. That'd be nice, but I'll keep it anyway. This is 6-star stuff, but it needs to have the right substats for this specific gear set. Even with this, like that's not good. I'm not gonna keep that. That's definitely a good piece. It's a pretty good piece, even though there's no crit. It does have a double speed and attack percent. So some of these pieces here could be really good. We got a little bit of money here. So although these are 5-star pieces, as you can see they're not bad, and they're designed to give him the exact speed he needs also. So that's another thing you have to take into factor, is sometimes you might have a 6-star piece, but it might have too much or too little speed that he needs. So then you either have to glyph it, or it might already be glyphed, and it might already be too high, or it might be too low. You have to get it right perfect. So, and it just so happens that I've already done that, and I don't feel like doing it again. So we're just gonna play it as is. And use attack chest and attack boots with accuracy with a triple attack. Substat there. Let's see, I don't have a 6-star. I can tell on him real quick now. Alright, we'll go ahead and run it. See what happens. Seeker, nothing there. Anax. We'll set it up like that just to get those debuffs going, and then we'll put the poisons on later. That's the way that's all set up. So, there we go. It should be, from the start, you don't need to do anything, it's just auto. Hopefully it works out. I just changed some stuff around and gave a boost to the Demon Lord on the speed, which brought him up to 4 speed, so then I had to go and replace a couple people's pieces, because I believe they were too high at that point after I boosted it. It should line up right here. Khatuns still isn't 100% crit rate, which is close. Like I said, I built her a long time ago. I've just been building newer champions rather than going back to older champions and upgrading them. However, I did upgrade Demytha, and Demytha is actually running at like 280, and she's in a instinct set, so she's ignoring 20% defense and plus 10 speed on the instinct set, and I believe she is at 100% crit rate, so Demytha should be hitting. Demytha's hitting hard for Demytha. She's not meant to hit hard. but she hits hard. Even though she doesn't do any AoEs or anything like that, I still wanted to get as much out of her for clan boss as possible. So I tried to get her to hit pretty decently. Because I want to be able to one-key Ultra Nightmare. So we should be able to easily one-key it right here. And I mean, this is basically all epic champions, except for Tatura, which you can use Skathix and probably still get the one key easily, even with Skathix. I could probably do it right now, one key with Skathix. Even though Tatura does hit a little bit harder, just because I can't book Skathix, because I can't take the chance of that book going Skathix A3. But if there was somehow I could get a Skathix that just has his A1 booked, or his A2 booked, I mean, at that point I would just shut his A2 off if I could book out his A1 to full damage. Or if I could book out his A2 to full damage, that'd be not as good, but it'd still be better than nothing. But it's hard to take the risk, because it could land in the A3 and then you can't take it back out. So you're screwed. Skathix at that point is then you can't use him at all. And like I said, I could put Brogni in here rather than Tatura and get a lot of reflex on Brogni's shield. Get a lot more damage like that, but I don't want to bring Brogni down to under 200. Another thing I was thinking is Tatura's passive here. It reflects 30% of the damage this champion receives back to the attacker. So Tatura has a reflect too, it seems, but I just don't see it like I do with Geomancer or Brogni for some reason. I don't see that big reflect. I know it's just on Tatura and that's not on the whole team, but I just don't see the reflect. I don't see that extra damage kicking in. I don't know why. Let's see, when the clan boss takes a hit, let's see if we see any type of reflect kick in. Well, it's actually, that's probably why, it's because we're putting up the block damage. Yeah, that's probably why. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. So we're putting up block damage, so we're not going to reflect anything back because we're blocking it. So I wonder if Brogni, how that would work with Brogni. It would be better if it was an Unkillable comp, because then they actually lose health, so it would reflect damage back. But since this is a block damage comp, it's not allowing for the reflect. I didn't think about that. That might not work with Brogni either. So if you put block damage on Brogni, will it reflect? I don't think it will. So I did just measure this out in the clan boss calculator. So yeah, see how it measures up in the calculator. You can see Demytha is at the end of every turn doing an A3, and her A3 is the block damage, and then the clan boss does his AoE, and then again on turn 4 Demytha puts up block damage, and then the clan boss does his second AoE, which would be decreased speed on this one because it's a spirit. So we have to make sure we block that decreased speed, because that'll throw everything off. If somebody gets a decreased speed debuff on them, that'll throw this whole run off. So we always have to make sure we have block debuffs up, which doesn't look like we have here on Demytha. I think we have... So there, now we have block debuffs up, so I had to shut off his A3. But like I said, on other, if it's not spirit affinity, you can turn that back on, because we don't have to have block debuffs up on the A2. We just have to have block debuffs up on this this third turn here, the stun turn. So that's where we're worried about having block debuffs up on everybody on the stun turn, or not on everybody, but the stun target needs to have block debuffs on them, and block damage should be up on everybody. Which it is, because she puts it up right here on her A3. She puts it up on everybody, so then everybody has it right here, as you can see. Everybody has it on their first turn because it's up. So, and that's throughout the whole thing. Here she does her A3, A3, the last turn right before the clan boss goes. So she puts up her block damage. So it should still be running. We're halfway through and we're at 41 million. So we definitely are going to easily make the 1K. Right now we're looking at 80 mil. 80 mil damage. Ultra Nightmare right now. Now if we get more counterattacks, we could go up to maybe 85 mil or 90 mil. If we get more War Master procs, it's all about luck at that point. You know, you can get anywhere from 80 to 90 mil, looks like we're gonna be around. We have 2 counterattacks there. And Anax is the person you really want to counterattack, and Seeker, really. Or even Tatura. I mean, at this point, I got everybody hitting the field. Especially if decreased defense and weaken are always on. Tatura's doing 137. Demytha's even doing 100k. Even 2 hits. Seeker's doing 75,000 per hit. That's 150,000. There's 80,000. Khatuns doing 70. He's doing over 100. Anax is doing 250. That's without War Master procs. So everybody has a nice piece of hit. I mean, they're not going crazy. I don't have them in crazy gear or anything like that. Like if I were to take gear off of Supreme Elhain or Sun Wukong and put that on some of these guys, I mean, it's ramping up the damage. Wow, a lot of people got counterattacked. Like the whole team just got counterattacked. Like I said, those counterattacks make a huge difference. much revenge gear as possible, and even counterattack gear. You know, if you have an extra couple slots available and you have a 4-piece set on of Savage, or you got 2 crit damage sets on, and you have some pieces that are counterattack, and they can equal up the speed that you need to run your comp, definitely put those counterattack pieces on there. Right now, I don't have any counterattack pieces on any of the champions. But I have a lot of revenge. So that's what's giving them the counterattack. Strictly the revenge pieces. Revenge is definitely the biggest help for clan boss here. You really want those revenge pieces. And not just because of the counterattack, it's because of the War Master proc that it could get. Like, you'll see the next time somebody does a counterattack, you'll see the 2 yellow numbers, and then you'll see a red number also. And if it has that red number, that means they did a War Master proc with the counterattack. And that's really what you want. We got 1 counterattack. Yep, we got it right there, 69,000 with high Khatuns. So, just that 1 counterattack high Khatun just did was 120, 130,000. And I mean, that's with the free champion that you get 1 week, 2 weeks when you start the game. And I mean, she's in running her in a late to end game comp here. Well, it's not really. I consider myself late to pretty much end game. So the comp that I'm running is somebody, you know, much earlier could use this comp and easily 2-key Ultra Nightmare with this comp. It's mostly epics. Like I said, you could easily use Skathix instead of Tatura. You can go all epics and still 1-key Ultra Nightmare. All epic champions. And one of the epic champions you get as a free champion in the game. Some of the gear I have allows me to 1-key this. I remember my past here, most of the time it's been 2-key. But right now, if I were to put Skathix in and give Skathix the gear that's on, well, I couldn't because he's attack based, not defense. I couldn't have Tatura's gear. I could easily find Skathix some gear, even though he's not booked right now, and I could still 1-key Ultra Nightmare right now with Skathix. All epics. I also tried Brogni Gold Gleam rather than Anax, and he's good. He does decrease defense for weekend. He does not do the poisons though. But he's not getting that extra poison damage from the big poison, which I think is a big thing why Anax is better, all around better. Although Brogni Gold Gleam has a massive A3 hit. His A2 you do not use at all on the clan boss. All it does is put a big shield on him, and it boosts his turn meter up by like 75%. He basically skips the turn. He doesn't even put a hit in. He puts a shield on himself and boosts his turn meter up by 75%. We don't use that. We use his A1 and puts decreased defense up before he even hits. And then after he hits, he puts weaken up. So the only time he's better than Anax is basically if you're fighting a weak affinity for Anax, which would be magic affinity. If I were fighting magic affinity clan boss, at that time I would put Brogni or Goldstream in. And even at then, I don't even know if he could still out damage Anax. I don't have any other weakened champion in here, so kind of want to find somebody who does both weaken and increase defense if you run this. Ninja is absolutely amazing. I used to run Ninja, and he's, I mean, you easily get over 100 lanes with Ninja, but you gotta keep Ninja at like 150 speed. And I don't like that. I don't run Ninja anymore. I like running Ninja in Relentless. Over 200 speed. Which I could always do a different comp too, you know. But there's no reason to, especially when I'm getting 90 million damage practically on this. I don't know, just about 88. So yeah, there it is. Anax did 35 mil. Look how much Demytha did. 7.5 mil. That's crazy for Demytha. She only hits one time per 3 turns because she does her extend, her buff extension on one turn, and then she does her bubble, her block damage bubble. And then she only does one hit per 3 turns. So, I mean, technically, if she were to do her A1 every turn, she would have done like 20 million damage. Tatura did 14. Because he's only hitting one time too. One time he's mostly putting up his block damage, or his block debuff. So that's one of the times, that's the turn he doesn't do any damage. Seeker does good damage because I got him in a little poison set. Let's see. These are the sets I had. I got Savage, that's Seeker and Toxic. Anax is, you've already seen Anax's gear. It's really nothing that crazy. I mean, it's one crit damage set, a 5-star, and basically only a 5-star helmet for Cruel, although he does have a really nice triple crit rate roll there, and he has a double crit rate roll on the boots and their attack percent. But he has to be low speed anyway, so you want him low speed, high damage. He's only at a 150 speed, but that's where he needs to be. And I don't even have this. I don't even know why I have him in HP. Probably because I didn't have attack percent. That's a good piece for somebody. Here's a 5-star attack. Yeah, I could have easily put this on him and gotten more out of him than that. Yeah, I don't know why I put that piece on him, honestly. Yeah, look at this. I would have much rather had this piece on him. Especially if it rolls attack percent again. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is definitely going. So once I get that rolled up, he'll even do more damage. But yeah, that's the run. Very easy run with easy champions to get. Except for Tatura.